Hi, welcome to today's lesson covering formatting paragraphs and editing text in Microsoft Word. This lesson is called W5.7, The Voice, and in it we will use spell check to find misspelled words and the thesaurus tool to find alternative words in a properly formatted news release. Remember to proofread your work carefully. The spell check does not always pick up everything. So, specifically today, we will focus on using spelling and grammar check, using the thesaurus tool, and also the word count tool. So, the setup for this lesson has to do with creating work that is both interesting to read and without spelling or grammatical errors is essential in today's world. Although it is important to always proofread your work for errors, you can give yourself a head start with your word processing software's spelling and grammar check feature. It will find unintentional mistakes in your document and offer suggestions for how the error can be rectified. A built-in thesaurus can propose words to better describe what you are writing. Before we begin this exercise, let's make sure that your basic Word document is set up. You will need to open an existing Word document that has been made available to you in Google Classroom. So I'm here looking at the directions, but you see there is also a starter document that you can pull up and go through the process of downloading. Once you have done that, return to these instructions, and your document should look like this, where you have already renamed the document and set up the header. You can pause this audio tutorial and watch the 2-minute refresher on how to download your document into a Word document and then get to this point. But I'm going to assume you've already done that, and we're ready to follow the instructions, having even the header done. That takes us actually down to the second page, and then we'll be ready to format the document. It asks us to read the press release and note how many errors are in it. What would you think of a talent agency that you paid for that was careless about the details in their press release to the public? Well, let's find out what's so bad about this. The Vera Vocals Talent Agency. The Voice announces an open audition in the Sunshine State. Orlando, Florida. When you have a news release that typically leads off with where it is originating from and the current date. Imagine becoming the next winner of The Voice. Maybe you have what it takes to get the coaches to turn their chairs around. First of all, maybe you use just you when you're texting, but you never do it in any kind of a formal document. Find out by taking part in our upcoming edition. The producers of The Voice are in the process of selecting the most talented singers in America to compete on the show. Show features a unique format that is made up of 5 stages of competition. A grand prize winner is chosen in the final stage, misspelled, and receives a recording contract. Take a chance. You've got nothing to lose and lots to gain if, too many F's, you are able to make it onto The Voice. Auditions will be held next Saturday and Sunday, misspelled, at the Orlando Mall from 8 to 5. Warm up those vocal cords and get ready to shine. Make your plans soon, as spots will be filling up very fast. Arrive at the check-in booth and receive a wristband and an audition number. It is very important not to misplace your ticket, since this is the only way we know who you are. We expect there to be a lot of singers on both Saturday and Sunday. Email Vocals Talent Agency today, misspelled, to reserve your spot in the auditorium. So that's what it's like to proofread. Just kind of go through it and look at what may or may not be correct. And yes, if I had this come in, if I had hired this agency to run a press release for me and it came out looking like that, I'd want my money back. So we're going to, first of all, run the spell check to get rid of the misspelled words under the Review tab, Spelling and Grammar. And it does catch that first final stage. It does catch if, excuse me, Sunday with a U and an O, and then today, change, and imagine. Excuse me. Imagine, change. Okay. Now, notice it did not catch that single U. You need to go back and fix that yourself. So the next thing we're going to do is use our thesaurus tool to find the alternative words for the 10 words in bold. Our thesaurus tool was right there under spelling. Excuse me. I'm going to click on that. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to widen this out so we can see a little better. We need to replace the 10 words that are bolded. So imagine becoming the next winner of the voice. So I would come up here and I would hit thesaurus and hit thesaurus again. And you see it has winner here and it gives you different words that you could use. Imagine becoming the next, how about champion of the voice? So how do we get that word into our document? You're going to right click or 2-finger tap on champion and you can say insert. Okay? And that throws that word into the document. So the next one there is find out by taking part in our upcoming audition. So let's double click on that. Press the thesaurus again. Taking part in our upcoming or our approaching, imminent, forthcoming. You could say approaching, and I'll just insert that. Okay. Now there is another way to do this without actually having to click on the thesaurus icon. I'm going to close this. The next one would be the most talented singers. You do select the word and then you 2-finger tap on your trackpad or right click. And you'll see down here almost to the bottom is synonyms. And look, there is a quick thesaurus right there. If you don't find any synonyms that you want to use, you can actually pull up the thesaurus and it will come up just like you click the icon. The most talented, able, brilliant, artistic, endowed, capable, clever. Let's just use gifted and insert that one in America. Okay, so I can close that to compete on the show. Synonyms on the performance, maybe? On the performance. The show features a unique, so I'll double click on it. 2-finger tap, synonyms, a unique, exclusive, exceptional, let's just say exclusive format. And you pick whichever word that you choose. You've got nothing to lose and lots to gain. Synonyms, lots, loads, tons to gain. Who knows? Auditions will be held Saturday and Sunday. Warm up, get ready to shine. Okay, synonyms, get ready to sparkle. How about that? Make your plans soon. Synonyms, quickly, maybe? As spots will be filling up very fast. Synonyms, extremely. How about that? Extremely fast. Not quite comfortable with grammar, but it is very important, significant, vital, whatever, not to misplace your ticket. So once you have replaced the words using thesaurus or your right click replace with synonyms, you can come down here. It does tell you be sure the words you select make sense in the context of the sentence, and that's what we were doing as we were going through. Then we're going to underline each of the newly replaced words. So basically those bolded ones. Now I have my thumb down on the command key as I'm double clicking on each of these words. That allows me to select all of them at the same time. And then I can come over and under the Home tab, either click on the underline icon or hit Command U, and they all get underlined at once. That's one of my favorite tricks, is using the Command button to select. And then, so we've underlined the newly replaced words. In the first line of the first paragraph, please insert today's date over the text that reads current date. The little arrows should be left, should not be left showing. All right. It just depends on the style. Some leave them and some do not. So since our directions say we're going to take them out, here again you can use Shift-Control-D and just insert the date, because a press release will give, first of all, its origin, where it's coming from, and then the date it was released. This holds true when you're looking up things on Google or on the internet. Always look for where it's coming from and the date. A lot of times, they'll come out with an announcement that some celebrity has died, and then you realize that actually the original date it came out was 2 years ago. It's not new news. It's just something that happens to be making the rounds again. So check the date so you're always current with your news. And that brings us to finishing up the document. Once again, like breathing, we should come up here to the Review tab, hit Spelling and Grammar. The show features and see, because we changed the word to exclusive, the grammar says the show features an exclusive. Now we have to change this modifier here, so we're going to say that. And it is good. Spelling and grammar catches things like that. But it is also good that we go back and we proofread and make sure everything makes sense. Once you have gone through that, of course, you would hit Command S to save, Command W to close the document, and then you would come back to Google Classroom and, of course, upload it to this assignment. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.